All right, call Allah, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of GMS that do rule well, and that do teach well, and have taught me this truth. To you I say Shalom, and Shalom unto the hopeful elect. All right, so I just want to bring out some scriptures and precepts in regards to this video that you see here on the screen. And the video was created by Elder Malcolm, the head of the GMS Chicago branch. And the name of his channel is called gmsmaccabeanspirit. A link will be in the description, of course. And the title of his video is called Speaking Against Genocide Gets You Labeled, the Anti-Word and Deported Effing Shame. And you're just seeing the entitlement of these Edomites. They're so entitled, man, to the point where they feel like, oh, I should just be over you all the time, and whatever belongs to you belongs to me. And if I treat you bad, it doesn't matter. There's no consequences or repercussions for doing so. And that's an entitlement. But you know where this sense of entitlement comes from? It comes from them inheriting lies throughout the generations. Going back to your forefathers, man, that conquered this place, especially. Your great-great-great-grandfather, your grandmother, your right on down to your parents, and then your parents, they tell you lies, and now you have this sense of entitlement because they told you your whole life that you were special, you were the God's chosen people, you're superior. Oh, the reason why you're in this position is because of manifest destiny. If you're white, you're right. If you're brown, stick around. If you're black, stay the fuck back. Right? So you're in that mindset. And from watching this video, it reminds me of Jim Crow. You know, all the infrastructure is no longer geared towards Jim Crow anymore, but that mentality is still there with these devils. And it has been passed on to their children. And this woman, man, she's not even from that era. But she's still thinking like it's the Jim Crow era. Some Rosa Parks shit. You gotta sit in the back of the bus, man. What the fuck? This is the year 2025. Who the fuck are you? And that's why you devils, man, you're gonna go down, man. You're going into slavery. You're going into slavery for 1,000 years. A millennium of hardcore bondage. And after that, you're going to be eradicated. Thus saith the Bible. That's not thus saith me. That's thus saith the Lord, to the law and to the testimony. I'm just relaying the message, just like all the other brothers are on the highways and byways. But you're going to go down, and your position on the planet Earth is temporal. That's why you got to go down, and that's why the scripture says, the captive exile hasteneth to be loosed. This is why we want to get the fuck up out of here. One of the reasons why. Because you damn devils, man. Disgusting. And in the kingdom, this ain't going to ever play out. You devils, you other nations, you're not going to be around us when we do things. About first class, you ain't going to be nowhere near us in the kingdom, man. You're going to be in a pit where you belong. You damn devils, man. You damn devils. But you have inherited lies, man. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. I'm going to start here. It says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And that bottomless pit represents Europe. Why? Because bottomless pit has no resources. Europe doesn't have any real, like, natural resources, especially like Britain. They have to fly out and go on conquest, and they have to go to other places to get their resources and raw materials and precious metals and things of that nature. Nothing really precious comes out of that land. Anyways, it says, and he laid hold on the dragon. The dragon represents the Roman Empire back then, and that's America today. All right, represents America today. America is Rome in the spirit. It's Rome 2.0, Rome revitalized. That old serpent, which is the devil being you so-called white people. What does the word devil mean? Because when you think of when you read the word devil, what do you think of? Oh, you just think of a guy with a pitchfork and he has horns and he has red skin, right? Yeah, and that's you devils. That's why the blood That's you white people. That's why the blood shows forth through your skin. That's why you get red when you blush. That's why you get red when you get embarrassed. That's why you get red when you cry. You are the devil, man. But the word devil just means deceiver. And you white people, you have deceived the entire world into believing lies, man. And that has been passed on down to your children. And that's why your children have this false sense of entitlement, man. That's why they can do stupid shit like this. You know, if she really understood where this man went back to, where his line went back to, and how powerful he is, and who he's connected to in the spirit, she would bow down. She would shut the fuck up. And that's going to happen, man, in the future. My people will be willing in the day of thy power. And that's what you people need to see. You need to see power. You need to see Yahweh Bashem Yoshai come back, crack them skies, and put you into subjection. And it's going to happen, man. I'm telling you. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, man. Now it says, and Satan. Who is Satan? The spiritual demon. And that's who you're backed by. That's why you can go out there and lie. That's why that spirit is on you. That spirit of deception and destruction. Because Satan's on you, man. And that's a demon. A demon is just of higher intelligence, man. That's why you've tapped into that. That's why you can do the things you do on the planet Earth. That's why technology has increased. And what are you using that technology for? To deceive the people and to destroy the people. Right? And bound him 1,000 years. That's right, 1,000 years, a millennium. And who bound you up? Yes, it spiritually played out, but who physically did it? It was Jake during the Renaissance period, man. Jake did it. Yeah, because we ruled during those times. We ruled during the Dark Ages. And you were under us, man, and we were actually civilizing you when you go into the real history. And that's, you know, that history, a lot of people don't know about, especially over here in the Western world, especially people who came up in the public school system and even going into post-secondary. They don't even know about that history. All that history has been whitewashed. By what? Iconoclasm, man. So we were ruling over you for that 1,000 years. Hey, man, you ruled in pagan Rome. But during the Byzantine Empire, right, we came into power and took over. We had you in subjection. Anyways, man. So it says, verse 3, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more. And yeah, because if you're let loose, you'll deceive. That's what you'll do. The Lord had to put a seal on you. He had to cut you down, you know, cut you off and put you away for a period of time till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. So he must be loosed. Why? Because you're that vessel of wrath fitted for destruction. You're the whipping stick. You are the wicked, and you're set up to do a job on the earth. But that job is temporal. It's a temporal contract. Like you're a contract worker. You know how a contract worker or a temp worker, they'll be on a contract for a period of time. After that contract's up, they no longer have a job, or the contract gets renewed. But in this go around, it's not going to get renewed. This is the last time you're ever going to rule, Esau, Edom. 2 Ezra 6 and 9 says, for Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Because after you go down, Jacob is coming into power. All right. Anyway, I'm going to jump down to verse 7 because the rest here goes into the future, right? Because this is talking about back then. Now this is going into the future. Okay, so now we're going to go here, verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. Yeah, so you know, you were loosed out of your prison during the Renaissance period, which the Renaissance period just represents a rebirth, because that's what Renaissance means, rebirth. You came back into power. And there were some key events that happened during that time that showed that you were the Edomites. And that you were actually the devil. That's when Rodrigo Bogier, or the Bogier family, came into power. they gained power to to control the papacy, which is the church. And then what's his name, Caesar Borgia, was made as the savior. That's what they did. They painted him as a savior. He took on that image of the savior. That's why you see a white Jesus plastered on your grandmother's wall. That's why you see the white Jesus in the Christian church. That's an actual person that existed, and that came out during the Renaissance period. That's actually Caesar Borgia. Then also you had 1492, Christopher Columbus coming over here and finding the New World, the so-called New World, and exploring it and finding America, which he didn't find it because there were people already over here. You conquistadors, you went out and controlled the whole world, dominated. So that's what it's going into. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. That's right. Deceive the nations, and that's what you're doing. You have deceived the nations into believing lies. And, this woman is deceived. She has inherited lies. And that's why she feels so entitled. Right? She feels so entitled. We get this one. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Yeah, manifest destiny. Oh yeah, you know what? It's manifest destiny. That's why we're here. It's okay to treat them that way. No, it's not. Just because you didn't get judged yet doesn't mean that judgment isn't gonna come. And your judgment is coming. It is coming, and we're in the time of your judgment. It's about to manifest, and them curses are going to befall upon you. Right? Let me get Deuteronomy 30 and 7. I might come back to that. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. It says, and the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies. And where are enemies found? Psalms 83rd chapter. And who's at the top of the list? You Edomites, the nation of Edom. And on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Yeah, and you do hate us, man. And you did persecute us, man. You put us through slavery. And then during post-slavery, you forwarded the affliction. You made all these wicked laws like Jim Crow, the Man's Act, all these different laws to persecute the Israelites. That includes you so-called Negroes, so-called Latinos, and so-called Native Americans, okay? They're oppressing you, and they hate you. They hate you, man. Donald Trump, he hates you, Israelites. He doesn't like you. Verse 8, and thou shalt return and obey the voice of Yahweh, and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. And Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, thy power will make thee plenteous in every work of thy hand. That's right, you're going to have the King Midas touch. For lack of better words, I'm just using that to paint a picture. Because right now, because you're cursed, everything you touch goes to shit. Or someone steals your idea and makes millions of dollars off of it. Or you have to sell your soul to do good things, or to be very rich and successful, or to have some type of fame in this world. Now it says, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land for good, for Yahweh will again rejoice over thee for good, as you rejoiced over thy fathers. And that's going to play out in the kingdom, man. And while we're doing all these things, you Edomites are going to be in slavery, and you're going to be cursed at the same time. Man, you're going to be working our fields. You're going to be plowing our fields. You're going to be pouring our drinks. You're going to be handmaids. You're going to be concubines. You're going to be manservants. Okay? That's how it is. But yes, I just want to bring out Deuteronomy 30 and 7. The curses are going to be put upon our enemies. And where are the curses found? Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the 15th verse on down. And some of the other curses that are not written in the book, or the other diseases that are not written in the book, which are curses too, you're going to experience those as well. Right? Our time is up, man. Our time is up. It's almost up. It's almost completed. Let me get that. That's in Lamentations 4. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 22. Actually, let me start at verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shall make thyself naked. Naked, you're going to be exposed on all levels, spiritually too. And you're going to be drunken. Yeah, but that cup is wrath, destruction, woe, terrors, man. Verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. And who's that talking about? It's talking about Israel. So our punishment is almost up. We're coming out of it. And you started to see this devil go down when? When the truth started to come out. During the late 60s, early 70s, 1969 to 1970. So that was us, that was also going into how our punishment was beginning to be accomplished because we were waking up to the truth. All right, so hey, and that showed that those times, 1969, 1970, also showed that Esau is going down. That's when you started to go down heavily. You went away from the gold standard, and America just got worse after that. Many things happened. Anyways, it says, O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity. O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins. Yeah. So you will no longer go into slavery. So this is the last captivity. And this is the last time Edom will be in power. And Edom is going to be punished for their crimes, man. So like I said, your position on the planet Earth is temporal. Now let me get this. This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 19. And in the context, I believe it can also apply to you Gentiles. You Gentiles is really referring to the Israelites in the Gentile state of mind, thinking like the Gentiles, right? And sometimes we use this precept to compare it to the actual Gentiles, you other nations, right? But it just shows that there's a lot of lies among the nations. There's a lot of lies, and it has been passed down from child to child, or from father to son. From father to son, from parent to child. And let me get this. It says, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. Shall a man make gods unto himself, and they are no gods? Therefore, behold, I will this once cause them to know, I will cause them to know my hand and my might, and they shall know that my name is Yahweh. That's right. So there's a lot of lies among the Gentiles. A lot of lies, especially regarding the Israelites and who they really are. Going into also the worshiping of these other gods, not acknowledging the true God, which the true God is Yahweh B'Shem Yavushai. Right. So yeah, man. So pretty much our people, they're in that Gentile state of mind as well, and they're actually gonna come out of that, and they're gonna realize they've inherited lies as well. But I just want to use this as an example of how there's lies among the Gentiles, among these other nations, and that has given them a false sense of entitlement, right? And that's why they're doing wicked things on the earth. Anyways, this is Malachi chapter 1, verse 3. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of armies, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, Yahweh will be magnified from the border of Israel. And pretty much the Lord, he hates Esau. He hates you. He hates you so-called white people. Yes. And he's about to lay your heritage waste again for the dragons of the wilderness. That's going to play out real soon during the time of America's destruction, thermonuclear destruction. That's found in Revelation, the 18th chapter. Right? This place is going to be inhabited by devils. Doesn't it say that? It's going to happen again, but when the destruction of America happens, you people are not going to build it up again, you Edomites. Once Babylon is destroyed, it will be destroyed forever. Now we get this. This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every false spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. See? Yeah, and it's fallen by how? Destruction, thermonuclear destruction, and it's become a habitation of devils. And foul spirits, and cage of every unclean and hateful bird. And that's what this place is going to be inhabited by after it's destroyed. It's just going to be a wasteland. Vultures and unclean animals are going to be roaming this place, man. That's after the destruction. So, hey, it kind of goes along with what I'm reading. I just thought of that precept. So I'll read this again, Malachi 1 and 3. Let me start at verse 2, man. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith Yahweh, yet I love Jacob. So the Lord, he loves Jacob, and that's true. He gave you. Why? Why does the Lord love you? Because he gave you this law, statutes, and commandments. Right? If you love me, keep my commandments. And the Lord showed you love by giving you the laws. That's talking about Israel. Israel was given the laws, weren't they? Esau, you weren't given the laws. The Israelites were. Verse 3, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Yeah, like Trump, he's big construction tycoon. That's how he made a fortune, right? Big construction tycoon, Bob the Builder, hard hat. Building shit up, rubbing shoulders with mob bosses, and ripping the unions off, and ripping the workers off, right? That's what he did. Okay, big construction tycoon. Now he's sitting in the big house, the White House, right? But that's how Esau Edom is. Builder, the builder, the builder. Bob the Builder, right? Puts on his hard hat and just builds away. Doesn't give a shit. Even builds up wastelands, right? And look what he did with Las Vegas, which that was done by a gangster. I think it was Beanie Sigel who did that. But you get the point. That's Esau Edom. He's in that spirit of just building all the time. Now it says, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of armies, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and that's who you are. You will throw down, and you are the border of wickedness, because wherever you go, wickedness plays out. Rape, robbery, and murder. Fraud, destruction. Wherever you go, you bring death. It's a people before it's a place. So it's not because the place itself is bad. It's because the people are bad. The people make the place. That's why this place is so goddamn wicked. Because you devils are here. The people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. That's right. Righteous anger. That's what indignation is. And it's forever. The Lord hates you forever. It's not good, man. It's not good, man, if the Lord hates you. Wow, man. You have become an enemy unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. See how the Bible is? The Bible is plain. It's either black and white. No gray areas. No gray areas. So I just thought I'd bring this out. I just thought of this. Lord willing, this was edifying. Till next time, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone of GMS that do rule well and that do teach well, that have taught me this truth. To you I say shalom, and shalom unto the hopeful at Kwam Yashala and Bob the Ball. Shalom.